Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman save. In today's episode, we have our first two games as Eintracht Frankfurt manager. We are playing a third division club in the Pokal, the cup, and then we play Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga. So our first league game, so our first chance to see the boys. Obviously, if you've been following, you know we have recently moved clubs. We are now into our fourth club into the European Journeyman save. We are a 4.5-star reputation manager, so we are getting to the point now where we want to be getting closer to winning a Champions League. I think we've made a big step up in terms of the club. It's maybe not the biggest of steps up. We are at a 4-star club now. AGF, our previous club in Denmark, we're a 3.5-star. We're in the Europa League as well. Obviously, we're still waiting for what our fixtures will be there, but we're in the league, obviously. We are wanting to get back into Europe. Again, season preview-wise has us in 5th. The board are just happy if we get Europa Conference League, which is 7th. But realistically, I think, yeah, we want to be getting higher up than that. I think the least we want to do is probably finish in the Europa League, which would be about 5th or 6th. But realistically, I want to challenge for top 4. Whether we can do that, I don't know. Obviously, Bayern Munich are far and away the best club in the league. Dortmund probably a runner-up there. So you're probably thinking the likes of Leverkusen, Leipzig. Those are probably the teams that will be competing with us for the top 4. But I think out of those 4, we can definitely give Leipzig and Leverkusen a run for their money to finish top 4. But it all depends how we get off to a good start. Obviously, if we can get off to a good start, obviously the winner of the cup, I think, gets into Europa League as well. So it would be nice to win it, but I don't think there's it's not high on my list. In terms of us, since the save started, yeah, they haven't been anywhere close to runner-up. In real life, they were runner-up in 22-23. Last time they won it was 17-18. So it's not hugely far away in terms of real life, but in terms of the save now, with the years we're in, it's getting pretty far. So we have got our first game. It is against lower league opposition, so we won't look into it too strongly. But we are playing a third division side, and this is the team we're going with. We've got Pound in goal. He is our backup. He is just been a homegrown boy playing for the second team most of his career. Penders, our starter, is injured. He's going to miss the first about month of the season, so he's going to have to do something. He's not bad. He's about a second division quality player, so should be okay for this cup game, but well, hopefully it won't be exposed too much in the league games. We've got Zeki Khan, who is a player that was already here. He is, again, another homegrown boy. Hassan in midfield, who is a wunderkind from Germany, so he should hopefully grow quite nicely. Eric Ball, our signing, one of the first new boys in the door, 16.5 million from Salzburg. We've got Brown, who's been here for some time, German boy. Leandro Martin, obviously previously of AGF. We signed him for £6 million. We've then splashed the cash after a very good season where we got 11 assists in the league, 35 million for him, which I think is still quite a good deal. He's very, very good. He's a top player. He's a leading Bundesliga player. We've got Escobar partnering up with him, who's been here for a little while. He came on a free from Arsenal. Yildirim is another one of the new boys signed on, £18 million from Standard Liège. He is another wonder kid, so 2 in the squad. Petrovic, Australian attacking mid down the middle. He's been here a while. Not really done too much, but we'll hopefully get the best out of him. Hassan Diao on the left is, again, one of my signings. Came in on a free, has played pretty much his whole career in with Real Betis. And then Darwin Núñez is up top, been at Liverpool for quite some time. He's now joined us on a free transfer. And then obviously we know the rest of the squad. We've got a lot of players off the bench. We'll take a look at them if we bring them on, which we probably will do. We are playing the starters for this game. You might be wondering why we're playing a full strength starting 11 against a third division side. We need to see what these boys are capable of first before we start rotating out. So with it being the first game, we obviously want to win it. We obviously want to get off to a good start. I do think we will get off to a good start. And that's, you know what, that's not a bad away following for a third division side. 15,000 is mad. 15,000 is a crazy number for a third division side. Obviously, Germany, quite a well-supported country, just like England is. So I'm not surprised. And it is this third division side. I'm not even going to try and pronounce them. That seem like they're off to a good start. Now, obviously, we are playing a system a little bit different to what we've played so far in the save. We've opted mainly for a 4-2-2, usually because we've had lots of good strikers. This isn't the case here. There's not really a lot of good strikers, so we are going with a 4-2-3-1, and it's not off to a good start. We're actually a goal down. Yeah, that's not good. And this is why we are playing a full strength 11. We're a goal down after 6 minutes. The first goal under the Destro reign here at Frankfurt is not off to a good start. We are obviously playing a lot of new players. It's going to potentially take a little bit of time to gel. But that wasn't very good from us in the middle. It wasn't really good closing down. There's obviously going to be a bit of a, well, that might just save us a little bit. They've definitely got a red card there. So they're down to 10 men, which is annoying because I actually wanted to see what we could do against 11 men. But I guess we'll have to wait for the Hertha Berlin game to know that. But yeah, obviously we're still, finding out who's our best players. Petrovic equalises. Matej Petrovic with the least Australian name ever, but he is Australian. Came from Adelaide and the CU Academy, I think. So he gets us level. Zeki Khan with the assist. I do like the look of Zeki Khan. Obviously, we aren't using our starting goalkeeper, so that will make a difference. Martin, obviously, is probably more of a playmaker than a ball-winner midfielder, but he can do both. So we're happy to put these two together and hopefully see the best of them. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have a lot of good out-and-out strikers, so the 4-2-2 is something that I've been using a lot this save. But I don't think we can use it just yet. And Yildirim does really well there to capitalise on some sloppy play from the opposition, but we don't manage to convert. A little bit worrying that we're not absolutely leathering these. You'd think we would be absolutely battering them, and maybe we will now as Eric Bohl gets his first goal for the club, signed. One of my new signings in the door from Salzburg, gets his first goal on his debut. Love to see it. It's 2-1. And it's a shame because I'd rather see us play against 11 men to see what we can do. Still seems like there's obviously a bit of work to be done in terms of the boys picking up the system and what have you, but obviously that'll come with time. Diao cuts inside. He gets his debut goal. Asana Diao makes it 3-1. And maybe we just had a little bit of opening day nerves, getting them out of the way in the cup. Love to see it. I mean, we have been the much better side. It was just a bit of a shock to go a goal down, but nevertheless, we are 3-1 up. You'd expect us to comfortably beat these. Now these are down to 10 men. We're 3-1 up. I think it's time to make a change. Obviously, Darwin Núñez has just come in the door, so he's not exactly, 100% fit. He's not 100% up to speed, but we'll make some changes. Ekatike is on his way out of the club, so we won't bother him. Mapunda can come on. We will bring Bruni on. No, Brony can't play in the middle. That's crazy. He's a left centre mid. He's a left attacker mid, but he can't play centre attacker mid. Okay. We've got two players who can play on the left and nowhere else. That's a little bit frustrating. That is a little bit worrying. Well, then I won't bring Bruni on then. What I'll do, undo that. We'll bring Earlbrecht on because he is the one who's actually homegrown. So I'd rather see him play. We'll play Szoboszlai down the middle for Petrovic. And we will bring Earring on as well. You more of a centre-back or a full-back? He's 6 foot tall, so I guess he could do either, really. He's naturally more of a right-back, though. Let's bring him on at right-back. I imagine, yeah, we've got 5 subs, so we'll leave the last one in case of injury. But 3-1, obviously a good start. I think Szoboszlai definitely could work his way in the side. Obviously, I think, some of these boys are just short-term options, the likes of Szoboszlai, Darwin Núñez. These are not the players we're going to be relying on for the long term here at Frankfurt. But Mapunda gets a goal. He's obviously someone with a lot of potential. There's a couple of wonder kids in this side. There's a lot of players with high potential. So we need to get the best facilities we can. The club are pretty good on facilities. I think it's superb or excellent. We obviously want to get them up to state of the art, which is, if you know your Football Manager, the highest level you can get for training and youth facilities. So obviously we're not focused too much on the youth, but if we can obviously grow our young players into even better players, and Faisal's got himself a second goal. Mapunda gets his second of the game from a penalty spot. What an introduction for him from the half. 5-1 now, and obviously this is going to be really good for our dynamics as well. Brown whips one in at the back post. Earlbrecht gets there. It's 6-1. And my worries of us not really taking to this 4-2-3-1 are starting to subside now. So, like I say, we've been playing a 4-2-2, but we haven't got a lot of good strikers. I mean, maybe Mapunda could play in a 2. But we've got a lot of good attacking mids. Szoboszlai, obviously, we brought in the summer as well. But we do have that Australian lad as well, Petrovic. So, it's looking good. I thought we'd scored a second, but it was a substitute, and it was actually, must have hit the post or something. We have got one more sub, and we will make it. What I'm going to do is actually just try. I mean, he's left-footed. He can play as an inside forward on the right. So we're going to try this, and hopefully over time he just learns to pick it up. Francesco Bruni who we've kind of been trying to move on because we just don't really need two backup left mids. But no one's really came in with a good offer. It's mostly just been loans, and I don't really want to loan them out. I'd rather just use them. So we'll see how it goes. But Hassan plays it into Brown, who is just going to ignore Bruni, and I mean, that's a shocking pass. It seems like the midfield too of Escobar and Martin have worked out quite well. Brown going down the left-hand side, swings one into the back post. Elbrecht gets there, but unfortunately it does hit the crossbar, and they clear it out for a throw-in. But I think besides a very dodgy opening 8 minutes, we've looked good. Obviously, the sending off really helped. In a way, I actually would have preferred it not to have been sent off so we could actually see what we were made of. But obviously, in the end, we've had quite an easy run. And we will be progressing into the next round. Like I say, I don't plan on showing the cup too much. It's just because it was the opening day and we needed to play our first game with the boys on camera, with our new club on camera. And we have done that. A 6-1 win, exactly what you want to see from your new boys. Well done. Would have been nice to get the clean sheet, but hopefully, that won't... they only beat 2-1. And they only beat them 2-1, and they're a non-league side. So we'll see we'll see how we get on. But Hertha Berlin are expected to finish, somewhere in the bottom half? 13th. So we should be winning our opening 2 games. And then we've got a nice little run. I don't know, we'll maybe come back for Bayern Munich. I mean, yeah, maybe. Might be a little bit too early, I guess. But let's go do the second game, Hertha Berlin. So for our second game of the episode, we are playing our first league game of the season, our first league game here at Frankfurt. We're playing Hertha Berlin. Like we said, we are expecting them to finish season preview-wise in the bottom half. We're expected to finish 5th, so we should be winning this game. We've had to make a change. Hassan is currently suspended. He is suspended for 1 match. Don't know why. Must have been something that happened at the end of last season. So Finn Jeltsch is going to come into the starting 11. He is naturally a centre-back. He's 6'1". He can also play in the midfield as well. He's been obviously at Frankfurt for a little bit. Was a regular starter last season. He is going to be second choice for us. But hopefully he can show what he's made of. He probably needs to get a bit of fitness in as well. Goalkeeper was still playing Pound. Obviously let the goal in at the beginning of the game, but other than that, wasn't really tested. Pender's going to be out again for another 2 to 3 weeks, so hopefully get him back after a couple of games. But other than that, we are going with the same side. Obviously, we didn't see a lot of Darwin Núñez in the last game, so hopefully he will turn up a bit more today. But everyone else was quite good. Obviously, we still need to get a lot of fitness into a lot of boys, so we will be trying to get as many subs on as possible to get fitness into them. But hopefully some second team games come up as well, so we can play them in those, get them some fitness. But realistically, we want to get off to a win here. We need to get off to a good start. We are at home. Oh, I didn't know there was Bundesliga graphics and stuff. I think this is our first time with proper graphics, isn't it, in the save? Because we had, I like it. I think this is our first time with proper graphics in the save because we've done Belarus, Slovenia, and Denmark, and I'm pretty sure Belarus and Slovenia definitely don't have any graphics. Not sure what Denmark did. I don't think they did. But yeah, I mean, we'd like to get off to a winning start. It's not the end of the world if we don't, but you would think it would be in our best. I mean, it would be definitely in our best interest to get off to a good start. Zeki Khan whips it in, and I thought we'd taken an early lead in 30 seconds. That would have been a hell of a start to the league table, but to the league start, should I say. We have got our second round in the cup sorted. It's against a second tier side, so hopefully we'll be progressing in that quite easily. But again, we will be playing first team players in those because we are still working out our best side. We don't want to be doing too much rotation. There is a little bit of money in the cup as well. It's like 2.5 million for winning it and 2.5 million for getting to the final. So 5 million if you do it, which plus everything else that leads up to it is not bad. And Halil Yildirim gets his first goal for the club. It's 1-0 to Frankfurt. That was a lovely move, by the way. Great finish as well. And hopefully we're onto a winner here because he's obviously a wonder kid. And if he's already playing well in this league, you can just imagine how good he's going to be. Yildirim, again, going down the right-hand side. Number 7. Oh, he cuts inside brilliantly. I'm pretty sure he might have nutmegged him there. That's brilliant work from Yildirim. He's brought down. It looked like it was in the box to me, and this could be a chance to go 2-0 up. Potentially, we're onto a better squad here. No penalty! I'm not sure about that. That looked well inside the box to me, but apparently it wasn't. Brown to whip in. We don't need the penalty. Do not need the penalty. We'll take the free kick. Asana Diao gets his second goal for the club. 2-2 now. We're 2-0 up. It's a whitewash. We're too good. We are too good. I think we're all right here. I think we've got a good little squad. I don't think we need to be too worried at all about this season. I think we're going to have a very good season. And if we can get off to a win today, which looks like we will, then I think top four has got to be the aim. Whether we're good enough to be in a title challenge, I don't know. I imagine Bayern Munich do not drop many points, so it's asking a lot of us. Obviously, it's still early days. It's only the opening day. We won't we won't over-egg what we've done so far, but yeah, I mean, if we can win today, then I do think top four is looks realistic, and I think it's more about the performance as well. It's not always about the result, and I think so far we've looked very dominating in this game. We looked better in this game than we did the last game, but obviously the last one was a bit of an odd one because they went down to 10 men. But like I say, Hertha Berlin are expected to finish in the bottom half, so we won't read into it too much. The real test will be how we play against the likes of Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, Leipzig, those top teams in the league. But we are 3-0 up now. Escobar gets his first of the season. 3-0 up. We can definitely make some subs at half-time. Thankfully, our goalkeeper situation is not ended up too bad because he's not had very much to do at all. He has made one save, but clearly it wasn't too difficult for him, as he does well to come out and just collect that one. Could have just let it go for a goal kick, but nevertheless, he's picked it up. He distributes it nicely into Brown. I mean, we do seem to be doing well in this 4-2-3-1. It seems to work with us. We seem to move the ball quite well. I do think perhaps playing the 4-2-2 is good when you're probably the best team in the league, but when you've got to play other teams who are maybe a little bit better than you, having that extra man in the attacking midfield just allows you to string the passes a little bit better. Yildirim, lovely ball into Nunez. I think he might have just been an inch or two offside. If it's not, it's his first goal for the club, and it is another goal contribution from Yildirim. Unfortunately, VAR has disallowed it. Nunez still searching for his first goal, but it was a lovely finish. So if we can keep feeding him, if he can try and stay on side next time, we will hopefully be onto a bit of a winner there with Nunez. I do think it's probably the area out of everywhere on the pitch besides goalkeeper where I look at and think we could definitely do with an upgrade there. Obviously, we had only so much money in the summer, so we did what we could. Oh, Yildirim, what a finish. If you can get a player in football in the engine to just tidily finish away chances, for some reason, whatever combination it is, you're onto a big winner. And this time it is allowed. It was onside. I thought that one was onside. Yildirim's having a hell of a debut in the league. 2 goals now for him. I do like the look of Zeki Khan as well down the right-hand side. I think that right-hand side is going to be very, very good for us. We are 4-0 up at the half. Maybe we are on a league title challenge. Maybe I need to just be thinking we're up for a league challenge. But we'll make a sub. We'll bring Zuzul on for Leandro Martin, my boy, just because he is a little bit tired. Asana Diao is also on a yellow, so we'll take we'll bring Elbeck on as well. Elbeck. Double change there at the half. But Hertha do have themselves a free kick, and they've hit the bar, but thankfully the follow-up was not too powerful at the goalkeeper, and we've managed to grab it. But honestly, we are looking very, very good here. Clearance from the corner from Yelch, who, to be fair, has come in not fit, and he's done really well. We're on a clean sheet so far. Second half, they've definitely started a little bit stronger. Perhaps the substitutions have hurt us a little bit, but we just hopefully get a hold of the game. But we've absolutely dominated them. This 4-2-3-1 looks very, very strong with these boys. I think, as much as I do like playing 2 up top, I think if something's working this well, you don't change it, and it is working well. Perhaps the goals are going to come more from the wingers in this system rather than the strikers, but I think that's fine with me. We've got some very good wingers, and I think the good news is all of the new signings we've made seem to have hit the ground running. Obviously, Nunez is still searching for his first goal, but we are only 2 games in, and he is like 34 or something now, or 35. He's starting to regress a little bit, so hopefully we'll... I think that and goalkeeper are the 2 positions I really want to improve. If we can do it in January, that's better. But otherwise, it'll probably be next season. But we are thinking a little bit ahead, and Nunez tries to get his first goal. Unfortunately, it was blocked and saved. Well, a combination of the 2 anyway. And it didn't allow him to get his first goal for the club. But I think it's only a matter of time. He's getting in the right areas. He's getting good shots off. I think it's only a matter of time. That's very poor from Elbeck. It's a very nice set up from Yildirim, and he's not finished it. We will bring Mapunda on, who again I've got high hopes for. I do think with his big potential he is 21, so perhaps it's a little bit overzealous to expect too much of him, but yeah, we'll make a double change. We'll bring Szoboszlai on, we'll bring Mapunda on. I think Mapunda will be a good sub anyway because he's just very quick. But Brown over the corner, whips in. I'm not sure who it was that got the head on it, but he did get a header on it, and unfortunately it did go over the bar. Might have been Bowl. But again, we're looking very good. I mean, we've absolutely dominated them here. So I don't know. Again, we don't know how good Hertha Berlin are. Maybe this is just them being poor, but we've looked very good. Earring will come on again. I think he's a good signing as well. Obviously, was always intended to just be a rotation player, but the fact that he can play centre back and right back, yeah, that's good. It's good stuff. So looks like it's going to be an opening day win, which is really good for us. Seems like a lot of teams are drawing at the minute. But the fact that we've beaten them so comfortably does make me feel quite excited for the future here at Frankfurt. Dortmund were definitely winning their game, and the fact that they're drawing now, I mean, that's very good for us. Obviously, it's way too early to be looking at other results, but if teams like that are dropping points already, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for us that maybe they're not invincible. But we do win 4-0 on our opening day, so that is a hell of an opening 2 games as manager. And you've got to be thinking now, any doubts over me coming in have got to have been wiped out, and we've just had a hell of a opening 2 games. And we are actually going to end the episode off with a transfer. Ekitike is going to go to Benfica for 9. Oh, shut up. No, I wasn't. Shut up, Szoboszlai. You lads have just come in. Oh, the game always has to do a little bit something to just annoy you. Anyway, we didn't need Ekitike. He's gone. He's went to Benfica for £9 million. I would have kept him, but he wanted to leave at the end of his contract, which was this season. So I'd rather just cash in on him. So we've got a little bit of money. I mean, the amount we bring in based on sales is rubbish. So we need to keep getting at the board about that. But hopefully, if we move it a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit nicer. We'll try and bring a striker in, but I don't think for me, it's not priority number 1 because we've already got Garan Kual who can play up front. We've got Mapunda, who's obviously an out-and-out striker, and we've got Darwin Nunez. So I think for this season, it's more than good enough. But if we can find one, it's just I don't think we find one within this budget who improves us. So, but anyway, we'll play 5 or 6 games off camera. We'll come back probably somewhere around here and we'll catch you up on how things are going. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this first episode with our first proper games episode with our new club. And I'll see you all for more very soon.